He said this to you?
Yeah. Are you okay? You look really sick. I don't have any makeup on.
Oh my God. He has 20 sex tapes. Did you see this? Like, we are the CIA. Exactly.
She was mean. Like, she was not a nice teacher.
He who
Don't reward yourself with food. You're not a fucking dog. I said,
You're never going to be famous. Like, you're nothing.
You better cheer when I walk by, bitch.
That's right. As a member of that community.
It's disgusting. Just randomly twerking around.
Siblings start fucking each other. Can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah. No.
I can't be number 2.
Do you need survival instincts?
I need privacy. I need fluffer.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Side Eye Society. I am Kristy Jones.
And I guess you could say it's me, Mileaux.
Ew, Michael. That was so cringy.
Welcome back.
I hated that.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually very uncomfortable.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on ick factor.
That was a big ick. So what Michael just did for those—
I got a big ick.
We're actually recording video this time because for once in our lives, we decided we could both actually get camera ready.
Surprise.
Surprise. So catch us on YouTube. But anyways, Michael just did that weird thing that like awkward furries do where they like point their fingers. It just really grossed me out.
I guess you could say it's an acquired taste.
So we're going to go on video for the first time. This is how you're going to act.
Yeah. Oh my God. This reminds me. I saw the worst car to ever exist yesterday on my way home.
Let me guess. Was it a Kia Soul?
No. Actually, this makes Kia Soul look like a fucking Aventador.
Wait,
so
I want to guess the car.
Okay, go ahead.
So it wasn't a Cybertruck. It wasn't a Kia Soul.
It was not a Cybertruck, but you were in the same family of the same species.
A Leaf?
No.
Wait,
same family within the species.
It's
same
from
genus.
Our new leader, Elon Musk.
It is a Musk vehicle.
Wait, is it just a normal Tesla?
It wasn't. Okay, no. That's the thing.
So embarrassing.
Listen. It was that like Model Y. It was the SUV like crossover looking one. It was black. However, it had like a lime neon green trim. It had a statue of the Joker sitting on the back of the trunk with legs like folded, looking down, like he was like looking down like off a skyscraper. And then the license plate said "too lit." This was the worst car I've ever seen in my entire life. I almost swerved off the road. Like,
you're right. That is worse than a Kia Soul. Those Teslas that have the like weird, they're not even butterfly doors. I don't know what you call them, but they go up instead of out.
The suicide doors, I think.
If I'm committing suicide, if I'm next to you at Trader Joe's and your car starts transforming next to me.
No, I always thought those were actually pretty cool until Elon Musk turned into a giant fucking loser.
Okay. It's giving like he took the Tesla to Pimp My Ride, and X to the Z exhibit was like,
oh my God.
You know what we could do to make this car stand out just a skosh more? I'm going to make the doors fly upwards.
I love that show. You'd have like this teacher who is struggling to get by, and she's like, I just need a reliable vehicle. You know, this was my dad gave me this car before he passed away. It's very sentimental. I don't want to get rid of it. It's got 400,000 miles on it. It keeps breaking down. And they're like, oh, we heard you were a teacher, so we turned it into a school bus
like
on hydraulics. Yeah, right. With flames coming out the side.
And then like also we added all this weight to this car that doesn't already work.
Right.
So good luck driving it. But also, and we know you have no money to do anything with this car, but now you have a fish tank in your trunk.
Right.
Congrats.
Yeah, you have a hot tub in the back of your school bus now. Yeah. Congratulations.
No, that show was literally like the worst thing ever because it seemed cool to like no one besides Exhibit and his posse. The people's reactions would be so fake. They'd be like, oh, I love it.
So do you think it was real?
Yeah, of course. It was a show on MTV. Okay. Of course it was real.
Okay. Well,
right?
Fair.
It was definitely real.
Are you recording video this time? Because last time it fucked up. Remember?
Well, I hope so.
Okay.
I mean, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Your skin looks so good.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm doing a new routine.
Is it makeup?
Yeah.
Is it gua sha?
No.
Not you coming from
my... something that I've been traumatized by men.
What is it?
Okay, so one time, one of my guy friends, this was in college, one of my guy friends was going on this whole rant about how women like shouldn't wear so much makeup, and it's like so weird that women wear so much makeup, and like guys like natural looking girls, which is not true. Guys like girls they think are natural looking,
right?
Really,
right.
But so, anyways, he goes on this whole spiel about it, and he was like, "You wear so much makeup," and granted, he was probably right. This was, you know,
he said this to you.
to me and the general population of the girls we were with. Like it was a college party house. There was like a whole bunch of girls. So it wasn't like directed towards me. Just I was part of the conversation.
Oh my God.
Anyways, also at the time he was right. I was probably wearing too much makeup because this was 13 years ago. And I probably had on 7 pounds of eyeliner on my eyelid. So he was onto something. Anyways, the next morning we wake up after a big party night. I have a huge pimple. I don't really break out like that, but I did have a pimple on my face. And I don't have any makeup on. I go sit down, like we're eating breakfast or something, just obviously deathly hungover. And he looks at me and he said, "Are you okay? You look really sick." I said, "I don't have any makeup on."
Oh my God.
And he was like, "Oh." And then after that, he really didn't say much about women wearing makeup.
I feel like that happens a lot. Like if you don't wear, like if you go without makeup, like people kind of clock you on that.
I clock me on that. I'll look in the mirror or like my front camera will accidentally turn on. I'm like, jump scare.
Oh my God.
Like, oh, wait, I don't have any makeup on.
Did you ever go through a bad eyebrows phase where they look like you literally took like a paint roller and just fucking shellacked them on your head?
My thing with my eyebrows is I have very thick eyebrows and they grow really quickly. So I've never really been good about keeping them up and keeping
just
them
like your mustache.
Oh my God. No, this thing grows. Literally. Sometimes I'm like, damn, a boy wishes he could grow like this.
Oh my God. You know what? You know who needs a cunty little mustache? One of those like slutty little mustaches?
Hitler.
Luigi. No, not Hitler. Luigi.
He invented the cunty mustache.
And by that you mean he was a massive cunt, then yeah. He was like serving cunt in like the bad way. But no, speaking of fucking, Luigi apparently has been fucking a lot because he has 20 sex tapes. Did you see this? Where were you when this bomb dropped? Luigi has 20 sex tapes that apparently are floating around.
I've been camping.
Like camping it up?
No, like in the literal sense, like I went camping.
Okay, barf.
No, I deleted my social media. Like I don't have Facebook or Instagram. Right
I was
now,
like, Kristy, I know that's bullshit.
I really don't know anything that's going on at all. And it's like so annoying because I mean, I always talk about it, how much I hate it, but also for work, I have to know what's going on social media. But last week I was like, you know what? I need to log in.
They haven't dropped yet. They have not dropped yet, which makes me kind of question the validity of it, because if they existed, the gays would have found them a long time ago. Like we are the CIA when it comes to that type of... Exactly. Now you get it. I don't know if they exist, but God, you know what? We need to stop sexualizing this man. We need to let him live his life. And I will devote my entire amount of free time to now trying to scour the internet for all of these salacious and inappropriate images and videos of him so that I can personally take them down. And that is what I'm going to commit to.
Let me tell you, when it comes to Luigi, I am no better than a hormonal teenage boy.
Oh.
The second they say his name, I'm perked up. The ears, they're up. I'm listening. I'm listening with intent and purpose. I am focused. I want to know what's going on with Luigi, which was hard for me to delete my socials. I mean, I kept TikTok, of course, because I would just be crazy. You
go on like a little social hiatus every now and then. I feel like you do it like maybe every other month.
I mean, I think I say this literally every pod. It gets to be too much. It's so redundant. It's so stupid. It's annoying. It's honestly, if you think about it, posting on Instagram is like the most embarrassing thing you can do because like you really want people to see this picture. Like you thought this picture was so good that you're posting it. And I'll do it when I love a picture of me. Oh my God, speaking of, I'm going on a trip soon to an undisclosed location.
Yeah, is this that trip that you've been all hush-hush about?
No one's going to know.
You're not allowed to talk about it until, well, is it? I have a feeling it's because one of our listeners is a friend of yours who is not invited on this trip, or maybe it's a surprise trip for them. I don't know. I'm going to pick the shadier one. I'm going to assume that it's a listener that was not invited on this trip and you don't want to ruffle feathers.
So it's my first brand trip.
Oh, really?
No.
I was going to say, what's the brand? Drano?
Anyways, I'm really upset that you're not coming because who's going to take my picture? Right.
Oh, it's a talent.
Who is going to do it?
It's a talent.
And no one knows my angles like you know them.
I have it down pat. Remember when we tried to teach Shelby?
Oh my God. He said it's just like teaching a blind horse.
Oh, I love Shelby. Do you remember when, you'd be sitting up doing your algebra or whatever in high school? And then like the person next to you would raise their hand and the teacher would come over and absolutely just fucking BBL thrust it in your face.
No. I have two things to say about this. Yes. So one, I had a teacher with Tourette's in high school. But here's the thing. She was mean. Like she was not a nice teacher. And it would be crazy because she would just be Touretting around and she would come over to write something on her paper and her tick would hit her and then she'd scribble over the paper and I'd be like,
she'd be like, oh, damn it.
No, literally. But she was like not nice. And imagine you're trying to learn Spanish from someone with Tourette's. Like
she'd be like, La biblioteca. Oh, fuck, shut shit.
No.
Cut.
She would always cuss. And I was like, how did she get approved to teach? Like, do they know this
Oh
about
my
her?
God.
Also, do you remember when you'd be wearing like your cutest outfit and you weren't receiving enough attention, so you'd have to get up and sharpen your pencil?
Oh my God. One thing about me, I loved getting up and doing a cunty little walk over to that pencil sharpener, sticking it in. Listen, for the convenience, the electric sharpener wins. For the cunt factor, oh my God, you were going to see this chemise I have and the movement. I'm just cranking that thing. And of course,
you're going to see my limited
8-year-old ass is poked out.
You're going to see my limited 2 cheer set. Mm-hmm. I was not cheerleading. So I don't know where the set situation came from, but there I was, all red. It said cheer on it. I said, yeah, you better cheer when I walk by, bitch.
That's right. I love that you had a teacher with Tourette's because I also had a teacher with Tourette's in college. This man, his doctor something, he who shall not be named. He who shall not be named. He taught like a really intense like math class, and he looked the same from the front as he did from behind. So let me explain. He had long hair with a huge bald spot in the back that was always like in a low pony, obviously. And then he had an equally long beard in the front. And he was like,
right now is Sully with a beard.
Yeah, he was like perfectly round too. So like, oh my God. So like he would literally look the same from the front and the back. And it was so funny. And then, but his tick, he would just go, so he'd be writing and he'd just be like, it was like so crazy. Tourette's is wild.
Tourette's is wild. I would hate to have Tourette's.
I've seen some people who have like they have implants like put in their brains. I don't know how surgery works. Like they plug it into your brain and then it stops you from like saying slurs, I think. So
I would never want that surgery. I love saying slurs.
Girl, crazy. Oh my God, wait, no. We have a new bombshell that has entered the villa of my like harem of husbands. You've been watching Traitors, right? It just ended this past week. Girl, Dylan fucking Efron.
Listen, even the last name gets me going.
Girl, when I tell you, listen, Zach was the hot one. Zach has always been the Baywatch baddie on the name on everybody's lips. Everybody's been sleeping on Miss Dylan Efron.
Not me. I followed him for a while.
Listen, I technically can't get pregnant, but I want to try with him. I want to try with him for sure. Sure.
I would definitely let him impregnate me.
Girl, this man is sickeningly attractive. Sickeningly.
Yeah, he is. Okay, listen. So summer's coming up, as we all know, we're aware, and it's time to get your bodies right and body snatch. And listen, if you don't need any motivation to get in the gym and to not eat like a big fat pig, get on TikTok right now and search #SkinnyTalk, and you will never consume a meal ever again. These people are ruthless.
They're freaks. It's so funny though. I saw my favorite one was this girl who posted like maturing is realizing skinny is the outfit. And I was like, that's honestly true.
Basically what Skinny
you shouldn't
Talk
say it.
is all these like very skinny girls, and it started with like Slavic girls who are just obviously very skinny, very beautiful.
Yeah, they're like the beauty standard model.
And if y'all remember back in like 2012, 2013, when Tumblr like first became a thing and everyone was posting their like, I don't know, like they're like quotes, like realize. We all went through that or whatever. I guess it was before 2013. Regardless, there was all these quotes about being skinny, like nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, which true. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips. Love it. So now they have come back with a vengeance and they are saying the most crazy things that literally make you never want to consume. So I'm going to tell you my top favorite.
Okay.
Don't reward yourself with food. You're not a fucking dog. I said, oh. Then your stomach isn't growling. It's applauding you.
That's fierce.
We're not going to sugarcoat it for you because you'd probably eat that too.
These are deranged. Keep going.
If you feel bloated all the time, you're really just fat. Let me sit down. I need a breather.
I love that I'm also drinking my like full fat like coffee with 6 gallons of creamer.
Never. They would never allow that. One said, so you're just not walking like ever? Like you just don't move your body and that's why you look like that? I said, okay. So I said, I'm going to log off.
They're ruthless, man.
They're ruthless. But it's working because guess how many times I went to the gym last week? I'll tell you 5.
Good for you. Good for you. We know all bodies are beautiful. All bodies are valid. But if you are one of the people who wants to, have their summer body snatched, it's March. You could do it. Just this is your motivation. to get up and lock in. And I guarantee you start hitting the gym now, come May, June, July, you're going to be the firework on the 4th of July.
Yeah. And listen up. One thing about me is I'm not saying no to a sweet treat. Like if there's a cookie around me in my vicinity, I'm sniffing it out like a truffle pig. I'm going to find it. I'm
not a truffle pig.
So I'm going to go to the gym so I can sniff that cookie out when the time comes and not feel bad about it. Will I tell the skinny talk girls? Absolutely not. It's my secret to keep. And I will be in the closet eating my cookie. But what they say, what you eat in the dark shows in the light.
Did you just say you were going to be in the closet eating cookie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I have to hide from them. They're ruthless. You know how
Lezzing out with Kristy, everyone.
No, I am in the closet.
Be who you are for your pride. Oh my God. Speaking of pride, Lady Gaga's album dropped on Friday. This is a magnum opus, in my opinion. Like, this is one of the best bodies of work she has released ever. Did you listen?
I did.
Okay. What did you think?
Wait, I want to go back a step. You said, What day did it drop?
On Friday.
And why is that?
Because new music comes out on Fridays. We know this. I taught this
Round
to you
of applause.
last week.
Michael learned something. Here's the thing. I thought it was really good. It was great. When I listened to it on the way to the gym this morning, so Michael sent me a few top songs to listen to, and I gave it a little whirl. To me, it's just like club music, which I like, but I like when Lady Gaga sings and she is telling a story.
She does that. I just sent you the ones that I thought you would probably be into the most. So
yeah,
give the whole album
they were good, but also I just felt like I was in a club, and I was like, I couldn't listen to this all the time. I need substance. I need value. I need
the first four songs in the album are very similar. They're very dark, very poppy, very kind of this grungy, and then it flips into this 80s funk, and then it kind of ends in a more somber ballad note. So good. And you can see a reflection of every era that she's kind of given off to us over the years in this album. So good. It sounds like the Fame mixed with art pop. You hear the Fame monster, and then there's a little Joanne and some of her jazzy influence. It's incredible. Love it.
One of my favorite things about Lady Gaga that resurfaces every few years is when she was in college, these people started a bullying account against her, and it said Stephanie, what's her last name? Stephanie Germanotta will never be famous. And they started it because they were haters and they didn't like how she was always singing and dancing around. And look at her now. And that's the ultimate fuck you, look at me.
She also said, she got into it with an ex-lover of hers, and this was early on. And, he told her, you're never going to be famous. You're nothing. And she literally said to him, you know what? One day you won't even be able to order a cup of coffee without hearing me. And period. Point blank. Not point blank. Point blank. Oop. She actually posted, or somebody posted that Facebook group for the Stephanie Germanotta, You'll Never Be Famous. And she replied to it. One thing about Lady Gaga, she is doom scrolling on TikTok with the rest of us.
Love it.
So funny. She's in the comments, and who's actually had a really good take on the album? Azealia Banks. Azealia Banks is so fucking funny.
Every time I forget about Azealia Banks, then something happens, and then here she is with her crazy opinion. She
is a prophet. We're prophets. She is a prophet. She has the gift of prophecy, and she is seldom wrong. You might not like what she has to say. She might not be nice about it, but deep down, there's truth.
Wait, you know who is just like that, who gets a lot of hate?
Who?
This is political. #sorry, but Candace Owens, to me, is the exact same way. She's right. It's just her delivery is insane.
I disagree with Candace Owens because she said a couple of things that I fundamentally know are not true, but I see what you're saying, and I will concede that she does have a lot of really good points.
Maybe you shouldn't have said it like that, but say it with your chest.
She's made a couple of comments on the LGBTQ community that I am, as a member of that community, can swiftly and decisively say are not true. But overall, I think she's just kind of, an oracle.
Yeah. I enjoy what she has to say sometimes. You were supposed to come with a list of things. I doubt that you even put together that list. But I want to know what foods you think can and cannot be ketchuped.
Can and cannot be ketchuped.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like this is a defining of someone's personality, because there's one thing that I specifically see people put ketchup on, and I'm not speaking to them ever again.
Yeah. And number one on that list is eggs.
Eggs.
That's
disgusting.
If you put ketchup on your eggs, I'm going to put my fist in your face. That's insane. Ketchup on eggs is foul.
It's disgusting. And why? First of all, unless you have hash browns specifically, ketchup should not be entertained at the breakfast table. And even then, just eat your damn hash browns.
Okay, I'm going to come up with a controversial one. A food that can be ketchuped. And before you come at me, I'm going to tell you Paris Hilton does the exact same thing.
Oh, then I'll do it.
I like eating my steak with ketchup. It is an acquired taste. Okay. Try it. It's not like a lot of ketchup, but just like a little bit. Like you dip it in as you're eating it. It's very good.
Okay, I want to know like what kind of steak. Like paint, your mom just
like
made
paint?
steak, or you're at like a steakhouse.
No, like either or. Like you could be at a steakhouse. You could have like a fillet. I maybe would not taint the fillet, but like if you had like a New York strip or like even like a ribeye, like you dip a little bit of that in the ketchup as you're eating it. It's pretty good.
And are we talking steakhouse like Texas Roadhouse / Longhorns? Are we talking steakhouse
like any steak?
Are we talking steakhouse like STK or Marcel or House? And you ask for ketchup?
Well, usually, so I love steak frites. So like I love when the juice from the steak gets like in the fries, and then like you kind of like eating that together and like with the ketchup, and like it's just there's something about that combination is so good. So usually when I get because I get fries with it, it comes with the ketchup.
It's giving kids chicken tenders at the Mexican restaurant.
Oh,
Wait, you haven't answered the
ketchup.
question. So you'd be like at a nice steakhouse and you'd ask for ketchup?
It would come with ketchup because I would usually probably get a steak frite. Or there might be I don't get it every time. Like, but if I get like steak frites or something, like if ketchup is served or available, I will get it on the side.
One time I was at Fogo de Chao and one of my friends asked for ketchup and I actually left.
Oh my God. Now I am a one condiment kind of girl. So it's like if there's truffle butter or like an aioli or something like that on it, like or a chimichurri, like I'm not complicating that equation by introducing ketchup. It's going to be one or the other.
You've ever been to STK specifically in Atlanta?
A couple of times. It's not like...
Sorry, I didn't know we were sitting here with a millionaire.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's as poppin' as people say it is.
Okay, listen up. So a steakhouse is my hands-down favorite restaurant, favorite experience. Like I will pay good money to eat at a really nice steakhouse. One time a friend and I went to the STK in Atlanta and I heard telltale that there are two different vibes at STK in Atlanta specifically. There is the normal sit down and then there's the weekend. So we go in expecting a normal steakhouse experience, you know, like you would at a House or a Marcel or something of the sort. When I tell you it was the most Atlanta experience in my entire life. There was a twerk train through the restaurant at some point. They had bottle service coming, like people were ordering desserts and they had the sparklers and the champagne bottles and the girls dressed up like as like bottle girls. And I was like, where the fuck are we eating? Like it was literally insane. Girls, when I say girls, I'm talking about the servers, were just randomly twerking around. And I was like, where are we? What's happening?
Dude, I love this city so much. That is a very Atlanta experience. That was not my experience, however, at STK. I just like
you must have gone on a weeknight.
I think maybe I've been there a couple times. Actually, one time was the weekend. It's not bad, but I think if you want to go out and have like a flashy like celebrity like steak dinner, that's a good restaurant to go to. If you want to go out and have a really good like steak dinner that's like fancy, there are better steak restaurants in Atlanta. Bones, Chops, New York Prime. Those are all and those places too are also frequented by a lot of...
Michael's now turned this into a steak talk influencer.
Mm-hmm. There you go, steak talk. I
want to my experience about STK.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, wait, so what is a food that cannot be ketchuped for you?
I'm not really a ketchup person, so majority of foods, I don't love ketchup. I really think that fries are like the only one, but I knew that you would have... I feel like you're just a ketchup person. Like when I look at you, you like... And your outfit isn't helping your case.
This is orange.
Like a ketchup colored hoodie right now.
So I'm trying to think what else like.
Do you put it on meatloaf?
No, but like so there are things that tomato sauce can go on that ketchup can't. So like tomato sauce, I would put on meatloaf.
One of my biggest pet peeves when people say they don't like tomatoes and they eat everything that has tomatoes in it, like pizza sauce and spaghetti and everything else.
My brother who doesn't like cheese, but like will eat it if it's like cooked. Like he'll eat mac and cheese. He'll eat like if it's like a piece of mozzarella and something like, but like he won't eat like the cold like
Picky
cheese.
eaters are so annoying. Like, just
They're
fucking eat
so fucking annoying. Like there are some foods that because I was traumatized with as a child, I like hate into my adulthood that I will not eat. Cod being one of them. So this is a big year to be Italian. First of all, I will start off with Stephanie Germanotta releasing Mayhem, Luigi Mangione taking one for the team, and then Bad Baby Danielle Bergoli literally continuing to be iconic. And now we're talking about Italian festivities.
Who is you?
Who is you? Girl, Alabama like made a diss track about Bad Baby's Bad Baby. Danielle will kill you with a gun. Is this girl not scared?
Literally, no.
Dude,
And
okay.
for those that don't get the reference, when she said, "Who is you?" and bucked up, she was talking to her grandmother.
Oh my God. Anyway, so on Christmas Eve, it's traditional for us to eat a lot of seafood. And growing up, seafood was not something that I enjoyed a lot. There were two dishes in particular that I did not care for. There was one that was like a fried cod that we would always be fed. Like, I guess it's just because your parents are like, oh, it's fried. Like, give it to them. It's easy. And then spaghetti aglio olio, which is like got...
Do you have Tourette's?
No, I like literally cannot say it. So I try to say it very quickly. It's spaghetti like with like olive oil and anchovies and like it's really horrible, disgusting. And so I would literally get a plate of my stinking spaghetti and disgusting fried like fish, and like that's all I can remember is how horribly it tasted as a kid. And like now I love seafood. Like I'm a eat sardines out of the tin kind of person. I love seafood. Yeah. But those two things, I could go to a nice Italian restaurant and pay $150 for my spaghetti aglio olio, and it would be disgusting to me. Thank you for taking this trip down memory lane in my trauma.
Yeah, there's certain things that I don't eat. And I have a texture issue. So a lot of things I don't like are due to its texture. But I hate a picky eater and someone who won't try something. Like when they're like, I'm like, oh, have you tried it? They're like, no. I'm like, ew, just...
Yeah, just try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
if you don't like it, you
deal.
take it out of your mouth politely in your napkin and you say thank you.
Right.
So there are certain cultures, I feel like one of them is Sweden, and then the other one is like the Netherlands, where people were saying like the colder the weather, the colder the culture. Like people will ask you to leave when it's time for them to eat dinner. They'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to eat. So, or like if you're over at a friend's house and you're playing and it's like time for them to eat, like they won't include your kid. They'll be like, oh, well, like, I'm going to, I have to go eat dinner. So you just wait up here for like 30 minutes. Could you imagine?
No. Hello?
Isn't that crazy?
That's
like,
so weird.
I'm not trying to shit on anybody else's culture, but like literally I'm shitting on that. That's insane.
Okay, so I'm starting a side hustle.
Sure.
I'm going to start my influencer journey.
Okay.
It's time.
Go for it.
She needs to be seen, right? This personality can't be contained much longer. So I decided today I'm going to start with a day in the life recording. I've actually been thinking about it for a few weeks and I just forget that I decided I'm going to do that. When Michaela got on here on TikTok and she said, being an influencer is exhausting. It's hard. She worked till 5 p.m. I said, that's crazy. Now I get it. You know how many times you move this damn tripod around?
Dude, it's rough. I like had a
third arm.
I had a little bit of an influencer
You
journey.
did. Yours were so good.
I did. So I started last year, and what I did was I had a lot of followers on social media.
Okay,
and
hashtag brag.
What I did, but I deleted like all of them. I deleted like a couple thousand followers that I had. So like now I had like just a couple hundred now, because I wanted to, like, I've had my Instagram for like 12 years, 15 years. And like a lot of those people don't really like engage with me anymore. So I deleted them in order to get my engagement score up, which, tip to you. So Instagram did just change their algorithm, but kind of cardinal rule is like you want your engagement score to be higher, because then it'll get shown to more people. You know all this, but our listeners might not. You know all this.
Making the craziest face at Michael.
Oh my God.
This is what I do for a living.
I know.
He's explaining it to me.
Yeah. So I'm not just explaining it to you. I've been told that I mansplain. And
no.
like, because Macaulay will do that too. And I'm like, oh, like,
I have to tell you a story. We're going to finish this story, but I have to tell you a story. But I was talking about your mansplaining recently.
Really?
Like, y'all, you can't see my face if you're listening on a podcast thing, but literally all I could think about was, Michael knows I do this for a fucking living. Why is he explaining it to me?
I know. I'm bad at it. I just like to hear myself talk, but...
No, actually, I was talking to your brother today, and we were talking about how I have to mentally prepare to talk to Michael, which is hard if you're not talking about Michael. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Love it. It is. So anyway, like I was doing really good, and I like got a lot of traction, and like was, my videos were getting a lot of views, and I was getting a lot of engagement. But then I just kind of tapered off. Work got crazy. I got in a relationship, and I'm just like, oh, I don't have time for this. But
yeah, it is a lot. Like
it is a lot.
And to keep up with it, like you're constantly moving, you're constantly making sure that like you're in frame or whatever you're doing. And I am like queen bee about making really bad faces. Like, and I've noticed that especially. And then I'm thinking about something, my face is not thinking. So it's just making a crazy face. I don't know. But I look back and I'm like, what the hell? And also I'm going to need Botox pretty soon because I scowl, I guess.
So we always like see ourselves too, like in like stationary images, and like it's crazy to like when we watch this back, it's crazy to like see ourselves talk too, because it's like, oh, why does my mouth move like that? Why do my teeth look like that? Why am I a bottom teeth shower when I talk instead of a top teeth shower?
And I saw myself from behind and I said, who the fuck is that? No, and so everyone from now on, you're only allowed to talk to me face on. Like you will not. If I have to leave the room, you guys will all get up and leave first, and then I can exit the room. Right.
That's like how I feel when I see my like side profile sometimes. I'm like, why does my nose stick out farther than my chin?
Oh my God. So there's the boob test in girls, and it's how you determine if you're fat or not. If you walk up against a wall, if your boobs hit first, you're good. You're golden.
Oh my God.
AKA your belly can't hit. The boobs aren't hitting. My nose is going to hit. No one told me this thing was this sharp and pointy.
Oh my God.
Hello? I could sniff out anything. No wonder I'm in everyone's business.
I love it. I love it. No, but I'm glad that's it's a lot of fun to create content. So I'm glad that you have that.
It is. And I've just realized I'm like so funny, and that people just need to know this.
14 episodes deep, you've had this realization?
No, actually, someone complimented me the other day about how funny I am. I wasn't even trying for once. And she was like, honestly, I just think that you're so funny. She's like, I love listening to you talk. And I said, girl, just stick around. You'll get really sick of me really quickly. Can't keep up this act forever. But anyway, so I decided, and I live in like influencer USA. Like that's, yeah, I'm in the third hotspot for influencers. And
really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Nashville, it's huge.
Really? I thought it was just like guitars and racism and snow,
I know,
apparently.
But I think that you have a bad thing of Nashville because you think Tennessee, but we don't know.
The entire state of Tennessee is Gatlinburg.
Okay, but you know how like Atlanta is not to Georgia?
Yeah.
That's okay. Like, Nashville isn't to Tennessee.
Okay.
Nashville's really progressive, especially the area I live in. It's like way too hipster for me. Honestly, I can't wait to GTFO out of here. But it is a huge influencer hub. And this is where most influencers get like their start is here. And then they move like to California or to New York.
Is that because of the taxes?
So opposite, a lot of Californians are moving here to Nashville because of the taxes, because we don't pay income tax.
No, but for like the influencing too, is that also part of it?
That's enough questions, Michael.
Okay. All right. Okay.
No, I did see Brand Flakes was saying that he brought in, I think he said 800,000 last year.
Oh, wow.
And then by the time everything was said and done, he probably netted like 350.
He nutted 350?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
But he's also like in Philadelphia, wherever that is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But
that's crazy.
There's a lot of money to be made as an influencer, but also here's where I'm going with this is I am like talent managing brands right now and micro influencers. And I'm like telling them what to do all the time. And then I was like, wait a second, I need to be doing this. So I can tell them what to do.
Yeah.
And so here I am. So everyone, if you don't go on TikTok right now and like my day in the life that you will see posted once this podcast drops, you're no friend of mine.
I'm going to do it right away. Speaking of taxes, first of all, I know we're staying away of politics, but I'm about to let you have it. I'm about to let you and all of your little Trumplings have it because y'all ruined my hibachi dinner. Y'all ruined my fucking hibachi dinner.
My only question is, if you're on a work dinner, why are you going to hibachi?
It was right next to the hotel. Also, it was fucking freezing in Dallas. It was supposed to be like 75 degrees, but the morning after we got there, there was a tornado. Woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Hail was like blasting against the windows. I was trying to have a wicked moment, but it was awful. It was awful. I thought I had made it out of the woods when the plane landed right side up. Guess again. So,
did you have any encounters with the flight attendants this time?
No, everything was perfectly pleasant. I did not body slam anybody, but
I feel like in your head it was, but if I was there, if I had eyes on you, I would be able to point out the things that were not perfectly pleasant.
Right. I was like, I have to go up to the front. I need to see this pit everybody's talking about.
Laugh out loud. Is that a gay reference?
To cock
Yeah.
or pits? I think both.
What are you watching?
The White Lotus.
Okay, I haven't
So
started
good.
yet.
So good. You need to get on it. Okay, I will say this episode, or the first 3 episodes have already come out. 4th one's coming out tonight. Spoiler for you all, we record these on Sundays. So it's been kind of slow so far. I feel like the second season, which was immaculate, had a lot more going for it by this point in the season, but the acting eats. Lisa from Blackpink is excellent. Love her. Everybody else is doing fantastic. I love these 3 shady white women. I love these freak siblings that are about to start fucking each other. Can't wait for that to happen.
I haven't watched.
It's so good.
My favorite thing about White Lotus is there's like no plot. There's like no point.
I love it.
Like nothing is actually happening, but so much is happening at the same time. In the writer's room, they had to have been like, okay, we're going to have all these like subplots that might come together. They might not. We're not really sure. But there's going to be no overall plot. And then when someone was like, well, we have to put a description on the streaming service, they were probably like, just say that we're in a hotel in Italy. And that's really all they can say.
It's so good.
What the fuck is happening?
Because I do have a flight attendant thing to tell you. And it's an in your face, Kristy, because that book that you were giving me shit about last week, because you were like, look at the cover. It's so fucking weird. One of the flight attendants told me as I was leaving, she was like, oh my God, I have this on my shelf. It's my next in line to read. I've heard it's amazing. Like, I'm so excited for it. And I was like, thank you for not making me feel like a freak, because
you had your demon book out. You said you didn't take it out in public.
No, this isn't the one where the demons are fucking each other. This is the one where the lesbian necromancers are exploring a castle in space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's normal. There's 2 different people in this world.
The ones that entertain and the ones that observe.
Okay, I'm watching Paradise. So good. If you haven't started it yet, it's very good.
Paradise?
It's with Sterling K. Brown, who's a phenomenal actor. But
what else is he in? I don't recognize the name.
This Is Us.
That's why I don't recognize the name.
Yeah, that's a little not your genre. But basically, he is head security for the president of the United States. And something happens to the president and they are living in like a futuristic world, but it's not like post-apocalypse. Like they are living basically underground in this new society that they've started, but it's not like you don't know what happened. You don't know why they're living in it. You just know that they are. And something happens to the president and now they're telling the story of how they got there, but it's really, really good so far. And listen, if I'm telling you a show is good, it's freaking good because I'm not watching just any and every show. I also started Severance.
Yeah, you said that. It's too complicated for you.
What the fuck is going on?
So apparently they like surgically separate their work life from their
I gathered
life.
that, but I'm like,
But then they're beefing with each other.
And then what happened?
Who is you?
Who is
Literally
you?
me talking to my severed self. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like to just like black out for
That's my
portions of the
dream.
day. I mean, I do that enough at night. Also, I have to stop drinking before I go to bed because I've been having the craziest dreams.
I thought you didn't drink anymore.
Who's drinking?
Oh, did we just tell on ourselves?
Actually, I drank so much this week. I did. I drank a lot because you're drinking on the company dime. So, which is actually how I got concussed the last time. So,
yeah. And when someone else is paying for the drinks don't count.
The drinks do not count, girl.
I had a few drinks on Friday night. I woke up Saturday feeling like I had been hit by a bus. I literally drank 4 drinks and I went on a date. Anyways, so I went on this date. And this is like prime Nashville. So
was it better than your last date that ended in catastrophe?
For him, yeah. So this man was 40.
Did he have all his hair?
Yes.
Okay.
And he was very attractive.
No lisp?
No lisp. He was lisp free. Very like hot older guy, definitely gave like sugar daddy. Worked in tech. So we go on this date. We go to this really nice, like, it's a hotel bar, but it's like not a hotel bar, you know, like it's part of a hotel, but it's really nice. So we meet there. I could tell he had like had a few drinks before, but he'd like already told me he was going to a happy hour. So I was like, yeah, I get it. So this is where I'm going with the mansplaining. So he asked me what I do for work. And listen, it's Friday. I've had a long work week. I'm not trying to like dive into work and what I do. And honestly, like, I'm not really trying to tell anyone really that much about what I do. Like, I'll give you the elevator pitch and that's about it. So I ask him what he does. Big mistake. Y'all, this man screamed in my ear for like, it had to have been a good 20 minutes about this AI that he invented. He's just going on and on. And he was very passionate about it, which granted, yeah, like you started an AI and it wasn't just one AI, it was like multiple AIs. And the product itself is really cool. But it would be really cool if I was like at a networking event or if I was at like the keynote talk for this, or if I like asked him as a way to like partner in business, not on a date. And
Not
he
on a
was
date.
talking and talking and talking.
I feel like AI is the new crypto.
Yeah, no. And it was just like, he was going on and like literally the point where I had only had so many, oh, cool, enemies. I just had to say, I've had a really busy work week and I want to relax and not focus on work anymore. And I think we should talk about something else.
You said that to him?
Yes.
What did he do?
He said, oh, that's fair. And then the rest of the date went fine. He was cool until he was explaining to me that he has 2 children, which is fine. He's 40 years old. So like par for the course. And that he was, long story short, he's divorced and his children live like an hour and a half away and he travels there during the week and then comes to Nashville on the weekends. I'm like, you have the perfect life. Like you're a part-time parent. And he was he had to coach his daughter's soccer game in the morning, but he was going there tonight to his hour and a half away. And I said, oh, you're driving there tonight? And he said, yes. And I said, after we've been drinking all night? So at this point, like, he'd already been drinking. And we were like 3 drinks in at the date. And I said, that's
crazy.
Concerning. And he said, my car basically drives itself. And I said, oh, is it and I said the same thing about my car. It doesn't. I said, oh, is it a Tesla? And he said, it's a CRV. And I said, I'm going to leave.
That's insane. Good for you. Because don't enable that behavior. That's
I
so
didn't like
stupid.
leave on that note, but really I left because my friends were at a different bar and it sounded really fun. And they were texting me, telling me to come there. And so I was having FOMO that they were there without me. And so I said, I have a really early gym workout. I've got to go. He said,
yeah,
okay.
Have fun drinking and driving. Like, what an idiot. Sorry.
It was so, and like granted, like I got in my car and drove too.
Yeah, but I
had 2 drinks over the course of 3 hours.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I was more than fine.
Right.
But yeah, it was just like really odd.
Stupid. Don't drink and drive. Like, literally don't drink and drive. It's that simple.
So now I don't know which offense is worse, the drinking and driving scenario or him screaming about AI in my ear for 30 minutes.
It's actually the fact that he has children. I can't date somebody with kids. Listen, I'm not saying people who have kids like shouldn't be dating and can't date. This is a personal thing for me. I can't be number 2. Like, I cannot play second fiddle to children. I know that about myself. It's not happening. Like,
that's Michael in a nutshell.
I'm going to come in and pull the Parent Trap, and those kids are going to boarding school.
No, those kids are going to Switzerland immediately.
Yeah, immediately. And yeah, I can't. But there is something hot about that, like, you know, like that man who's fathered children, because it's like.
I love it. Like, I rather date a guy with kids because skinny talk would be so mad at me if I got pregnant. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
And ruin my summer body?
Well,
no.
I guess that's true. Like, if you want kids, but like you don't want it to ruin your body, that's crazy. Yeah, I guess you could do it that way. I don't know. I would just like I would be like, I feel like if I had kids, I would have to have them with somebody. Like, I couldn't.
As opposed to
as opposed to like coming in as a step parent.
Oh my God. Do you ever think about what you look like pregnant?
All the time. I love that emoji. That's like the pregnant man emoji with the dark brown hair. Yeah. There's like, you know, the pregnant lady emoji.
Yeah.
There's a pregnant man emoji.
Like on
like the Apple, like literally look at your phone and like send it to me. Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm not looking. Michael also sends this emoji all the time of like an emoji's butt. It's so weird.
Wait, which one?
The one. I don't know where it came from, but it has like a butt and it has feet. Like does the hands.
I love it. I
don't know where Michael gets these. He has like the expansion pack of the emojis.
I love the expansion pack of emojis. So good.
Hilarious.
So good. Anyway, what else is new?
I'm trying to think. Not much. I mean, we are starting today as my influencer, so I probably will be viral by the time this comes out. So everyone stay tuned. And if you don't fuck with me now, don't fuck with me then.
That's right. I have zero survival instinct. Let me tell you this story. Actually, I've got 2 stories for you. So the first one is went to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens yesterday, which is amazing. I love going there. It is expensive it's like $30 for
look at flowers.
Yeah, to go in. And
Home Depot is free.
It was yeah, right. It was weirdly out of season too. Like a lot of their, like, you know how they have like that big like Medusa? Mother Gaia, like the goddess. Yeah, but she's supposed to be covered in flowers. Mm-hmm. Bald, completely bald.
A bald daddy?
No, like, I mean, yes, but like completely bald. And so they had, like they have some other like really intricate like sculptural pieces that were just like barren. And I was like, I was here, you know, a couple months ago and it was, I guess it's because it's spring and like they're redoing, but it was still $30 to get in. And I was like, okay, like $30 isn't going to break the bank, but I would expect there to be, yeah. Anyway, take the $30, go to Home Depot and, you know, put some flowers there. Anyway, I realized I have zero survival instinct because my immediate impulse to seeing like the brightly covered flowers, the brightly colored ones, was I want to eat this. Like if I was like in nature and like foraging for myself, I would literally just be like, what does this taste like? Dead immediately. Like immediately. Could you imagine?
That we need to start posting our screenshots of our conversations via text. Because Michael texted me and said, I'm at the botanical gardens. I have 0 survival instincts. And I said, do you need survival instincts at the botanical gardens? I feel like this isn't the place that you determine your
I was like, my first instinct is to lick the leaf. And my friend was like, actually, it says it's highly poisonous if ingested. So maybe don't do that.
Wait, I have been to gardens with you before, and I do feel like we've had the same scenario happen where you were eyeing something that was obviously not edible.
So good. They look so yummy. And it reminded me of this time. So my brother and I, we were living, shout out Ron. This is when we were living,
Wait, I called Ron earlier and asked if he listened to the podcast, and he said no. I said, why? He said, I started a new podcast recently. He said, I'm not listening to yours.
This was back at my mom's house. We are so fucking stupid. We had just come back from like, I don't know where, but we were the only people in the house, or so we thought. And we heard movement, like rustling. And we were like, there's somebody in the house. There's somebody in this house that we now have to deal with. There's a home invasion happening. Because we've always had like the theory that either people are living in the walls of my mom's house or it's like crazy haunted. I don't think either of those things are true, but whatever. And then remember how my mom thought her house was haunted, but really it was just like one of her friends spying on her through Alexa.
Or that's how your mom buried her cat, but it wasn't her cat.
Oh my God. We'll save those for next time. But so we decide, instead of just exiting the house, we have to take matters into our own hands. So we go into the kitchen, we get 2 like chef's knives, and we each have one. We're going through the house, like, first of all, giggling. We think somebody's in the house trying to kill us. Stabbing around corners with these fucking knives. We could have, like, killed somebody.
No. Well, yeah, rightfully so if they broke into the house.
Well, but, like, it could have been anybody. Like, and then so we're, like, giggling like 2 assholes, like, literally about to get murdered. And then we figure out it's a balloon, like one of those crinkly balloons. So
wait, do you remember back when we were younger, our parents would go to these parties, and I don't know what parties they were, and we all had one collective babysitter, and poor Lauren.
Poor Lauren.
And we would play this game called we would like mix everything from the refrigerator, and whoever like didn't take a bite of it was like the loser of the game.
Yeah.
And we would be mixing, like, everyone got to pick a condiment to put in the
Maybe that's why you don't like ketchup.
Ketchup, pickles, pickle juice, onions, anything like diabolical we could find from the fridge. And we'd mix it together, and then everyone had to take a bite, I think I really don't remember the game.
Oh my God.
We would like force each other to eat these nasty things. And it was like the highlight of our evening.
Really? Incredible. I want to know what was going on at those parties. Our parents Our parents were just getting fucked up.
Oh my, they'd come home, they'd be so sloppy drunk. And they'd be laughing. Well, they still do that now. Laugh at themselves.
See, like, I could not handle being a parent drunk with a child.
No. It's actually really fun because they're, like, on their level of, like, thought process. Like, when I'm drunk around, like, my nieces, it's so funny because I'm like, I'm thinking like you right now.
Oh, my God.
Where I would draw the line about being a parent is when I'm hungover.
Yeah, that would...
Luckily, I have a really good, well-behaved child that would never wake me up a day in his life. Shout out Rue. He... like, has never in the history of ever woken me up to go to the bathroom or anything, because he fucking knows better. If he didn't, though, I would have to murder him. But I hear people talk about their dog, and like, oh, the dog has me up at 7 a.m. I said,
no.
Rue would punch me in the face.
Yeah. No, Pan is resilient too. Pan likes to sleep. Like, she literally eats her breakfast and then goes back to bed and then lays down. And then I have to tell her, girl, come on. It's been like 10 hours. You need to go to the bathroom. Get your butt up. With
Rue, I'm like, you got to go at some point. Like, yeah. I mean, I love you.
But she won't go. Like, she won't go on the floor. Like, I don't think I've ever had a dog like this well behaved. Like, in terms of like being a housebroken, she will not go on the floor.
Yeah. Rue has had a few accidents only when his tummy's upset, but like not for like shits and gigs.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Parenthood.
How many accidents have you had?
Not for the week. How many? One while we were sitting here.
Do you have a puppy pad, a pee pad underneath you?
I have a diaper on right now.
Wait, I used to see this guy on TikTok that wore like adult diapers, and he was trying to like destigmatize them. And I said, that's something that needs to be stigmatized. Yeah. That is insane. Like, you don't need to be wearing, if you have a bladder issue, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to know about it. Don't wear your diaper. That's disgusting.
Okay, hold on. You know we're going to Coachella, right? I told you that.
It's your personality.
Everything What?
It's your personality.
Yes. Everything I learn about like Coachella and planning this trip with my friends, I am regretting more and more the decision to go. One, found out it was camping, didn't realize that. Two, camping means no electricity, so now I have to buy all these fucking like portable chargers. Three, camping also means bathrooms, showers. Hello? I might fucking buy diapers for Coachella. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do? What if it's like super late at night?
Compete anywhere.
I don't do that. Like, I cannot pee in the woods. Like, unless I'm like, it's going to be like an emergency situation. I am not one of those whip it out and go. I need privacy. I need like hand sanitizer. Yeah. I need a fluffer. Like, to be continued.
Wait, when is Coachella?
April 17th. I'm going to weekend 2.
So you're going to be gone for Easter?
I am going to be gone for Easter. I learned this yesterday. So after the Botanical Gardens, we were at a restaurant having margaritas. Literally invited my friends over for Easter. And I said, my mother would love to have you guys. They were Zach and Jessica who came over for Thanksgiving.
I love them.
Love them. So I was like, oh my God, like you guys like come over for Easter. And they were like, okay, like sure. And then they were like, wait, when's Coachella? And I was like, April 17th through the 20th. And they were like, oh, so you're going to be gone for Easter? And I was like, yeah, but my mom would love to have you guys. I was like, I totally didn't realize that. But so.
Easter's on 420 this year.
It is. Blaze it. Praise it.
And shout out Erica's birthday. Erica's one of our biggest fans. Mm-hmm.
What did the DJ name his daughter?
Oh.
Erica. Erica. Love it.
Annoying.
Shout out Erica. What's Erica's last name? What's her social security number? Don't do that.
Wait, what is her?
No, don't. Like you just outed her birthday. Don't out her last name or social.
I don't.
I'm just fucking with you,
no,
girl.
Michael is the most paranoid person ever.
Listen, when our parents used to be like, don't talk to people on the internet, and now we're all like, here's today's butthole pic. Like, there is an element of truth to your parents being paranoid because there are some sick freaks out there.
Oh my God. No, you know that meme that's like your parents telling you not to talk to people on the internet and not to get in the car with a stranger, and now you're using the internet to summon a car so you can get in the car with a stranger.
Literally.
Anyway. Yeah. So anyways, that I don't know Erica's last name is Shepherd. I don't know why I couldn't think about it.
Please bleep that out.
And her social is 23. No, I don't even know my own social.
Anyway, this is fun.
A pivotal moment in your adulthood when you are finally handed your own birth certificate?
I guess so.
Oh, my mom kept that thing under lock and key because she's like, you're going to lose it. And I said, I wouldn't lose it. And I got it. And then guess what?
You could just order a new one.
Yeah, but you have to jump through a lot of hoops. You don't just like go online and get sent one.
I don't even know the hospital I was born at. Like, I know the state, but like, I don't know the hospital. I was
born at the baby factory.
Grady?
No, North Side.
North Side? That's right. There's a lot of babies born at North Side.
It's the baby factory of the South, which I think is calling me basic.
Rihanna posted a picture for International Women's Day. By the way, shout out to all the women out there. Happy International Women's Day. You all are the better sex for sure. You are the stronger species. And Rihanna posted a picture of her with her 2 kids, like right after she had given birth. Like the first one wearing like her like pearl and like gold necklaces, and the second one with like her sunglasses on. So fierce. I love Rihanna.
God. Rihanna could not do any wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
Rihanna got in a lot of trouble or backlash for, I have something to talk about actually.
Ooh.
This reminds me. Okay, so this is really niche, and the girls who listen to Giggly know, and this is a Bravo thing. But one thing I've noticed in the past few years is there's a shift of red carpets, and a lot of companies are having influencers do their red carpets to bring like more, like a broader audience to it, which is great, and it works. But I've noticed the last few award shows, these influencers are getting in trouble for what they're doing on the red carpet. And Hannah Berner is one of them and just got in trouble. And the internet already hates Hannah Berner, which that's a whole different thing. I don't. I love Hannah Berner. I write at dawn for her. But this happened with, oh my God, who was it at the Grammys? Michael used to be a singer. Did y'all know that?
I did have a musical career where I was working with Grammy-nominated producers for a time period. So eat it.
Eat it. Okay, so someone, I don't remember the girl's name, but she's some kind of influencer, was interviewing Babyface on the Grammys red carpet, and Chapel Roan walked by.
Yeah.
And she was in the middle of her interview with Babyface. She interrupted and said, oh my God, that's Chapel Roan, and like left Babyface alone, which is insane behavior because it's fucking Babyface. And like, you should be kissing the ground that he walks on.
Yeah.
And
it was really rude.
It was extremely rude. But here's the thing. This is why people who are just average people like you and me who have a platform shouldn't be doing interviews, because they're not trained in journalism. Like they're trained with like home training, which you should know not to interrupt. But she was just simply fangirling and saw Chappell Roan. And I probably shit bricks too if I saw Chappell Roan like that. I love her. But also, I don't think the influencer had an idea of how privileged she was to be talking to Babyface. If you don't know who Babyface is, probably every single ounce of music you've listened to from now since the time you were born, Babyface has produced. So Hannah Berner was talking to Meg Thee Stallion, and she said, I love listening to your music. When I want to fight someone, I turn on Meg Thee Stallion. So now the internet's saying it's a microaggression and it's racist because now, right, exactly. It's freaking exhausting at this point. Like everyone has to find something to be mad about. And knowing one, I listen to Hannah Berner a lot. I've seen her live multiple times. But that's something that I would say in the sense of like, when I need to remember who the fuck I am and I need to get hype about something, I'm listening to Meg. That's exactly what I do. Like if I'm in the car and I'm like, you know what? I'm not feeling like the bad bitch that I am. Guess what? I'm turning on Meg. I'm not putting my hair up, taking my earrings out, trying to fight someone. But she does get you hype and she does like put you back in your place of like, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, she does have music that's like literally about being a bad bitch. Like, so I'm confused.
Yeah. And so the internet came for Hannah Berner saying that she's obviously racist. It's a microaggression. It's blah, blah, blah. So here I am going to war in the comments on TikTok for Hannah. Cause I'm like, y'all just have to be mad at something.
You should have learned your lesson with Diddy, but you're also entirely correct.
That was my L of 2025. Right. He got me good.
You got it out of the way.
But yeah, to me, it was just like so annoying. And that's not a microaggression. Hannah Berner is not fucking racist because she said, when I listen to your music, I want to fight someone. What should I listen to your music? My pee gets wet, just like Megan talked about in WAP. Like,
yeah.
And Hannah isn't an interviewer. She didn't go to school for communications.
Right.
Don't hold her to that standard.
Well, also, like, the reaches that people make are so stupid and insane. Like, it's like similar what's going on like over in the Middle East, this like whole like, you know, tragic situation that's happening in Israel and Palestine. And, you know, it's like, if you see somebody who says, oh, wow, yeah, the hostages should be released. It's like, oh, so you support genocide. And it's like, oh, obviously Madonna supports genocide because she wanted the hostages to be like the reaches that people make with these takes that they think are hot takes is so stupid. Like, people are so asinine and they need those like claw grabbers because at this point,
and like, it's like they're always just searching for something to say about searching for something going on, and it's like, girl, it ain't that deep. Like, really, go smoke a cigarette and go do something else with your life. Like, get off your keyboard and go touch the grass.
Literally, go outside, touch the grass. Why don't you go look online and like donate to the people who just lost everything in California? You know? Yeah,
it's insane. Also, I love the memes that are going around talking about how cats would love cigarettes.
I haven't seen those. That's really funny.
Oh my God, because it's so true. Like, a cat would love a cigarette.
I haven't seen them, but you know what I did see? Did we talk about Casey Anthony coming back as an influencer already? Speaking of influencing, Casey Anthony is coming back online as a legal advocate. Are you kidding me? Are you insane?
It's already been taken down.
So
TikTok was
stupid.
not going to play with that. But isn't it so crazy? Because you would think that if you're in her position and you claim that you didn't kill your kid, you would like be saying, I can't wait to find who killed my kid. Never once has she said this. She's just like, yeah, and the kid died. Crazy. You know that we're neighbors.
You and who?
Casey.
Taylor Swift? Oh, Casey Anthony?
She either lives in Tennessee or North Carolina.
Damn. Yeah, everything I'm learning about Tennessee has been against my will and also...
Oh yeah, she lives in Murfreesboro, which is like somewhere around here.
Murfreesboro, that sounds familiar. Isn't Taylor Swift from Tennessee?
No, she's from Pennsylvania, but she moved to Nashville to start her music career. Because
I remember her rallying against that really grotesque politician. I think it was Blackburn, out of Tennessee, that was really like hateful and bigoted.
Remember when she sued that guy for touching her butt for $1 and won?
Good for her.
Period, queen.
Didn't Gwyneth Paltrow do something like that? Who is like?
I don't know. I can't really deal with Gwyneth after she was selling her vagina candle for like $100.
Girl, get gooped.
No.
Gooped and gagged.
Never do I want my home to smell like someone else's vagina.
Oop. Love that you said someone else's.
Well, not me. I don't want it to smell like anyone's body part at all. I want it to smell like fresh linen. Fresh linen
and Santal. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. I've got errands to run. My stomach sounds like boots in the dryer is knocking at my back.
Michael, your stomach's not growling. It's applauding you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't have errands to run. It's okay to be hungry. Right.
It's actually encouraged.
Not like, oh God. Like, I can't believe that we're turning into almond moms.
Oh my God, please. That's my dream, is to be an almond mom.
A Yolanda Hadid.
But listen, you put the pasta in front of me. Literally, I'm blacking out. I'm
That's
eating
what I'm
it
making
all.
for dinner tonight.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous.
A little orzo moment.
Okay, well, our next one, it might be live. We'll see, depending on Michael's excuse schedule. But go ahead and sing our outro.
Oh, I'm a perfect celebrity. Go listen to Mayhem immediately right now, everybody.
All right, we
Little
love
monsters.
you, side-eyers. Thanks for joining.
Bye.